All right, speaking of political correctness,
All right.
another hot button issue.
Mm-hmm.
In Tennessee,
Okay.
the state is seeing a surge in Confederate license plate flags. Confederate flag license plates, rather.
Believe that. Dude, you want to hear something crazy? And I never thought of it until, this week, I guess. So I'm driving, that street, Glenwood, right over by my house.
Mm-hmm.
And as you drive down, like toward the end, like toward the gas station and whatnot, driving that way.
Right.
I'm driving there the other day, and I drive by a house with a big old fucking Confederate flag right in the front yard.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this guy's got some balls. Good for him.
Sure.
I was like, bravo to this fucking guy not playing the game.
Yeah. It's not illegal.
I was if he's out in his yard, I might stop and shake his fucking hand.
Yeah.
Not because I have anything at all for the Confederate flag. I don't give a shit. But bravo to him for not being a pussy.
Yeah.
Good for him, man.
Well, apparently in Tennessee, the demand and the purchasing of Confederate flag license plate has been soaring.
I can't believe that they haven't stopped that. Stopped production of that hateful fucking...
Yeah, hate speech.
That hateful license plate.
Right. The number of Tennesseans with the Confederate battle flag license plate has reached the highest point in decades.
Wow.
Data from the Tennessee Department of Revenue shows that 3,273 of the license plates benefiting the Sons of the Confederate Veterans were active in the end of the 2018 fiscal year.
That over the 73 license plates the year before.
Right. The number represents a 72% increase over the end of the 2015 fiscal year, when the national debate on the display of the Confederate flag reached its fever pitch following the massacre of 9 black worshipers slain at a church in Charleston, South Carolina. Mm-hmm. The man sentenced to death in the June 2015 slaying said he intended to inflame racial tensions, leaving behind photos of himself posing at a historical Civil War and African American sites and holding the Confederate flag.
Thanks a lot, Dylan, you fucking twat bag.
Yeah. The Tennessee plate was introduced in 2004, but the data on the numbers of the active plates isn't available until 2008. The Tennessee division of the Sons of the Confederate Veterans received about $57,700 in revenue from the plates in 2018 fiscal year, according to the state's revenue department. Right. Those funds help fund the chapter's ongoing legal fight against the city of Memphis over the removal of the Confederate statues, Division Commander James Patterson. After the Charleston shooting, Republican Governor Bill Haslam expressed support for discontinuing the license plate, which goes back to what you were saying, but then later backed away from supporting Democrat legislation that would have done so.
Okay. Shouldn't be banned, but whatever.
Yeah. So people are just like, yeah, I'm going to buy one of those.
They're going to get them now in case they ever do get banned.
Yeah, it says, just because you tell me I can't.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm going to get one.
That's why every time there's a school shooting, fucking, it's good business for gun stores.
Of course.
Because they're going to get them before they make them illegal.
So funny.
Yeah.
But again, this goes back to what I said, a while back. That the Confederate flag is now truly the rebel flag.
Sure is.
Because it rebels against everything that is now politically correct.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
And that's why it's gotten popular again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, prior to Dylan Roof, nobody gave two fucks about the
really. Not really.
No one did. I mean, who did? I would love to find 10 black people to tell me that they were fucking scared and offended and outraged in 2012 by people with the Confederate flag. I just flat out don't believe it. We never heard anything about the Confederate flag, ever. You know, I mean, the only time you ever heard about it was the very rare occasional militia that was mixed in with, like, the Aryan Nation and shit like that.
Right.
You know, where they would have the Confederate flag and the Nazi flag all flying over their fucking compound. You know, but outside of that, no one gave a fuck.
Not really.
No one gave a fuck about Confederate flags or whatever. So silly. We're scared of a flag, man. The guy that owns that must be very scary and want to murder black people. Oh. Shut up. My God.
I agree with you there.
Oh, so stupid.
I agree with you there. I don't know. Everybody's just looking for a reason to be offended.
They are. Dude, how long do you think it's going to be? Honestly, like, I'll give you an example. It's going to start hitting in where it actually matters. Right now, it's still on the fringe where, you know, it's affecting shit that no one cares about. But, like, this last week, I watched a good portion of the series Entourage.
Okay.
You know that show?
Yeah. With Jeremy Piven.
Yeah. And in the show, I mean, it's just what in today's market would be considered absolutely sexual harassment. You know, everything's about getting pussy.
Of course.
You know,
they were young stars, and they were living the life, and they were feeling their oats per se, and making some money and becoming popular, and they were exploiting their position of newfound fame.
Sure, and even the manager Ari, who was Jeremy Piven,
right?
The way he talks to people is his gay assistant Lloyd, he just destroys for being a fag, you know, and just makes horrendous gay statements to him. And, you know, any chick that he deals with, he talks about, you know, how they got to suck dick to keep their job and whatever. You know, I mean, he's
graphic about his descriptions.
Yeah, he's kind of sexist. I mean, let's just call it what it is. But my question is, how long do you think it's going to be before these types of shows start getting yanked? It can't be that much longer, can it?
It won't be that much longer, especially with now that Harvey Weinstein has basically gone down in flames.
Yeah. So now anything with that kind of content is going to get yanked? Do you think that's next, that they're going to start digging into content? Well,
of course. Everything's going to be sanitized eventually.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
It is crazy.
I have to start getting physical product again, just so that I can have actual stuff that I want. Not the homogenized bullshit that... Dude, as dumb as this sounds, and this is why I think it's starting. So I was listening in the car yesterday to Sebastian Bach's record, Angel Down. Okay, I was just driving in the car.
Okay.
And I had it on Google Play. I had just downloaded it through Google Play. And I'm driving, and all of a sudden I start hearing these fucking edits. And I looked, and it's like the clean version of the album. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? When would there ever be a time that I would ever want a clean version of anything? An edited, softer version. And I'm like, they're just slowly working it in. You know, they're just working it in until people just, you know, accept it, I guess.
Well, they accept it as the norm.
Yeah, exactly. Phil is an ass.
He is.
Paul McNeely and Steve Duver.
Right. Ebony and Ivory.
That's funny.
Yep.
I like the picture of you all chill.
Yeah, well, I like the fact that he put sunglasses on Duver.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
It's like Stevie Wonder.
He does. It's Stevie Duver.
Stevie Duver.
Right.